Hey guys, I'm gonna apologize for the ambiance right now. My cat's asleep and I want to turn on the lights. Uh, I was doing some thinking, and there's someone out there right now that feels alone, that feels like all the work that they've done at pushing people away for their safety has become a curse, become an impenetrable shield that themselves can't get out from under. And that's where the real balance in life comes from. And I want you to know you're not alone. You're not alone in any of this. You know, us chosen ones, you know, uh, we have to go through, we have to go through for a reason. And now that you've fended off the opposition, you've had good battles, and you've fought really well, I don't say let your guard down, but just know it's okay to allow people in your lives, because now you have the discernment. Now you have the ability to magnetize in people who are like you. Sure, you might be different. You might be a hermit. You might be eclectic. All of these things, feeling like a loner, lost. Those are natural feelings. Those are healthy feelings. It shows that you're human. It shows that you have a good soul. And it shows that people need to respect and know that you're worthy of nothing but the best in life, nothing but the most honest, upright, real type of friend anyone can have. Friends are hard to come by. It's kind of like when you reach a certain age, you've gone through so much, you realize what they used to say, you know what you want in your life. Well, now you know what you don't want in your life, and you won't allow any wiggle room. You have a baseline of kindness, respect that you want to receive, because that's what you give now. See, if you look at the silver lining in all this, is that you are someone worthy of being respected. You're worthy of being honored. And if you have a significant other, they will know that you are something to be cherished, because if anything evil comes your way, you won't hesitate to let that go. You won't hesitate to put your hand up and walk away, because you're done meddling around. You're done giving so much of yourself and getting nothing in return besides heartache and heartbreaks and people misjudging you, slandering you, falsifying documents. You're done with that. But now it's time to start allowing people in your life. It's time to start mending some fences that you had to walk away from. You knew they were good people, but still you had to be safe and take care of yourself first. Because if you're not healthy and you're not okay, everything else in your world doesn't run properly. You get what I'm saying? You set the bar to what you want in your life. You don't need to bend over backwards for someone who's not gonna respect you and respect what you stand for today. And that's okay. That's okay to be like that. That's okay, because I'm telling you, when you put out these vibes, you will get back what you want and who you are. The true ones will identify with who you are and what you do. That's on the real. And people don't realize it. People will conform. People will want to be a chameleon and shapeshift into whatever anybody else around them is doing, so that they won't get hurt, so they don't they're not vulnerable, and they don't. It's kind of like the herd mentality, you know what I mean, or the hive mentality. Excuse me, and not just a lot of people who do that run on fear because they're not willing to put themselves out there and to be unique, to be authentic. No, people want something they could just copy. And by now, you've noticed that you cannot be copied. You cannot be duplicated. You know what I mean? You are the prototype for success today. And wear that badge with honor because you've earned it. You get what I'm saying? So I just wanted to check in, and there's just somebody out there that really needs to hear this and to keep your head up and know that what you want will come to you. It will. It will come to you. You don't need to bend and morph into anything besides who you truly are. Like, for instance, I almost caught myself doing this the other day. See, there's someone that I've noticed around my neighborhood, and it took me a while to like come to the conclusion that, hey, I'm going to put myself out there, and I kind of vetted him, right? I watched him, and I went along and took my time, and we started talking, and this person wanted to know what I do for work, and I said I'm an artist, and like, oh, have you seen anything? I'm like, no, but I'm world renowned. I've been seen around the world. And see, at first I wanted to, after I walked away from the conversation, I felt kind of bad because I felt like I wasn't honest. Because, and this is where the catch-22 is. See, I had art when I moved to this big metropolitan city. I moved back, and I was homeless. I became homeless, and I had my portfolio. I had all my art, right? And I left it with someone, and I went away for about 20 minutes. I came back, and this garage I had been sleeping in during the pandemic had been raided by the police, supposedly. And I came back, and none of my stuff was there. My sleeping bags and all my art and my possessions and stuff, they were all taken. And they came up with this big like lie about the cops raiding the place, and I had a fight. And the thing is, I had to either fight for my portfolio or fight for a sleeping bag and a pillow that I had. So I either could have chose my art, or I could have chose warmth. I could have chose my shelter. You know what I mean? And that was it was a rough choice, but I had to make it. I had to give up my art for my bedding. It was winter. It was starting to get cold out, and that was a hard sacrifice I had to make. But see, about 3 months later on, I found out that there was a gentleman who was homeless at the same time I was. He had this big art studio, right? Big art studio out of nowhere. This is like 3 months later. Well, come to find out, he was stealing my art, selling it online. Like, they had this big, like, press down stamp. You'd put your art in the computer and they'd stamp it, and they were selling it around the world. So I didn't lie to her, but also because if I would have, in the short time I've gotten to know this person, I don't want to come off as crazy. I don't want to divulge too much information, right? So I couldn't just come off and be like, yeah, my art was stolen. And so that's what I'm talking about is, you have to gauge where the relationship's going to go in life, right? And I walked away feeling kind of tore up, like I felt like I had lied, but I wasn't lying. You know what I mean? My art did get stolen, did get duplicated, and sold throughout the world. So I didn't lie, but it took me a minute to really come to the conclusion of that I don't lie to people. I don't. I didn't tell them all about it. It's legit, so don't feel bad. Don't feel bad about not giving away all your information, not giving away all about you to people. Don't worry about that, you know. There'll be a time if, like for me, and for instance, if the relationship goes any further, I will let them know. You know, I'm honest enough to say, hey, remember that conversation we had? This is what really happened. But this will be probably 3, 4 months, maybe a year down the road, maybe, right? But, you know, I'm an honest person. I'm a man of integrity. I'm an upright person. I'm, compared to where I was years ago to now, my life's come a long ways. Before I would have divulged all this information and they would have thought I was bananas, you know, like, uh, even though I know it's legit. See, this type of stuff takes a little bit. You know, I'm the type of person I come off very strong. I'm very charismatic, flamboyant. You know, I really don't care what people think of me, if you take me or you don't. But I have to. I'm in a rebuilding point in my life, right? And that not everybody that I want to give a chance will be prepared to have an onslaught of all this information. I have to nurse it along. You know, there'll be a time if that person is worthy enough, they'll stick around and appreciate the information I'll give them and know that it comes in a concrete form. So, anyways, guys, you know, somebody just needs to hear this right now that, you know, you might be feeling lonely right now, but I'm telling you, when you have a relationship with the Creator and you know you're a child of this universe and you're special and you know it, you don't have to worry. Everything else is just icing on the cake. It really truly is. And you won't be alone. If you're feeling lonely, like as in a singularity, as in like your vessel, you're alone, and you don't think anybody will understand you, appreciate you, care for you, that's a lie. They will, and they're out there for you. I promise you that. And they'll probably be the greatest individual you ever opened yourself up to. But if you close yourself off for good, you'll, I don't want to say ruin that chance, but you'll stifle the opportunity, and don't do that, okay, guys? So I shared a little bit about me and what I had gone through, and I hope you guys got something from this. You know, I appreciate you, and thank you for showing up and being who you are. You know, you don't have to change yourself for anyone. You should want to change for yourself. That's the big thing. It's an inside job. Okay? God bless you guys. Praise Jesus. And please like, subscribe, share. I really appreciate it when you get all this out to many people. Because we're not alone in this, guys. We're not alone in this. There are people who are going through what I talked about today, who have made a choice in their life to do away with bad people, bad relationships, bad choices, and have done the time and done the work, but they want to be cared about again. They want that feeling, that compassion, that love in their life again, and they've earned it. So the more we get this out there, the more people hear this, the more the healing can go on. And that's the important part, guys. We've done enough. We've hurt enough. We've done enough hurt. You know, it's time for healing. It's time for us to step up to the plate and be okay with opening up to others. Because, like I said before, guys, who you are will shine out, and you'll attract who you are. It's like it'll be like a mirror, but different characters and stuff, you know. But the way that it'll be reciprocated, the way you treat other people, those people will come and treat you the same way. Because you've done the work, you've done the hard work, you've sacrificed lonely nights, lonely days. You know, relationships you thought would never come back will come back, but you'll be ready and prepared for that. And that's the greatest gift you can give yourself. Okay? Again, God bless. Praise Jesus. Have a good night, good morning, or good evening. Bye.